We're my team. I'm on the Kings team, so I know last season the Pirates were were like kind of our enemies because they were in our division. So we were right below them. But here we go, starting away. Pirates versus the Spartans.
So here we got
Shocks.
Duke's Revenger wants a shout out for his son who's playing on the Spartans team. I'm not sure which Spartan it is, but we got a father out there that's wishing his son good luck on the Spartans
Hey,
team.
we always love to see good supportive parents. Always a good sight. L's taking the ball up the wall, putting it back out to his teammates, but Bob's there to shut it out. Destin there cutting it off. Dex trying to put it back inside, but Ren taking a shot, but L's there to stop it quickly. Bob putting it back inside, but a little bit over his teammates, and that's a double commit coming out from the Pirates there. And another one coming out from the Pirates there. Bob's going up with L's, putting it over to Renro. Renro putting it up over backboard. Shockster's there, just make a stop. That's center. That's an open net for Spartans, but just can't take it. Renro there to make shot. Missed by L's. Dustin cleared it out. Dex there to stop it and try and put it back in. Shockster's taking it back out. L's coming in. Played out. Bob.
There for a second we saw all three Spartans in the same corner. I was getting a little bit worried for him.
Yeah, not much rotation coming in from the Spartans area, but could be just first game jitters, so we'll see coming in. Right there, we see Pirates all clumped up in that left corner. L's trying to get some boost and take the ball at the same time, but Renro's there to stop. Shockster and Bob 50, but Destin's there to clear out. Dex there to stop, playing at center for his team, but L's there to cut it off. Bob putting it up high for his teammate. Shockster's there to take it out. Renro putting it back up on the backboard. L's there for the big clear out.
Nice banger clear all the way out to midfield, put his team out of danger for the moment.
Shock trying to put some pressure on the Spartans, but Spartans seem to have most of the pressure here. Destin there trying to get the ball cleared out. Dex there putting it back in though. Els is there with a slight touch out, but Dex there to put it back in and put a shot on, and that's a shot by the Spartans. The Spartans go up 1-0 in the series, 1-0 in the game.
I love this pass here by Deck. Look at this. He comes off the wall. He knows he doesn't have a good shot with two players in front of him, so he just puts it to the center to let Bob throw it in easily for the score.
All right, second kickoff of the game. Here I'll go. Shockster putting it deep into the Spartans territory, but Bob's there to try and take it back out. Bob up and over one. That's necessary clear to the corner. Deck is trying to put some pressure on in the very center, but not sure what's going on in this center. It's mumbo jumbo of 5 players. That's a shot by Renro, and the Spartans go up 2-0.
2-0 with just under halftime to go now. So here we see Duke's Revenger. Yes, real dad of Bob, 51-year-old disabled vet. Want to thank you for your service. I'm also a service member, sir, and I know that we came from different time periods, but we're still brothers in arms as far as I'm concerned. And again, thank you for your service.
Dukes.
Here comes Bob with a shot.
Deck coming in, trying to get the double, but Shock's there to clear it out. Renro putting it back up, right straight to L. L's is there to clear it out. Destin trying to take his time, but gets quickly shut down by Bob. Shockster there, trying to pass it over to Bob, but Bob's on his way back. Destin cuts it off in the midfield, and Bob's trying to go up, but gets stopped by Shock. Renro taking the ball up slowly, but Els is there to cut it off. Destin there to put him on the backboard for his team. That's a miss by Dex. That's an open net for the Pirates, and the Pirates come back and make it 1-2 in the first game.
Now we see that about two Spartans right there just whip the ball entirely, leave the net entirely open. Nobody was expecting a double whiff from the Spartans right there, and it allows the Pirates to get on the board.
Dex punting up into the Pirates territory. Els pre-jumps, but just gets slightly put on. Bob putting it just barely wide. Destin's there, but Shock's putting it out. Destin trying to clear it up for his teammate. Up and over Bob. Deck putting it into the corner. Going for an air dribble here. Up and over one, but can't get it over the other. Puts it on the backboard, but That's a double commit, and that's an open shot for Bob. Bob puts away 3-1 in the first game.
And here we see the Spartans once again just putting too much pressure right there on the Pirates. All three Pirates jump up to try for a block. None of them right in the path of the shot, and the Spartans go up by 2 goals once again with only 1:15 left in the game.
Bob with a good 50. That's heading straight back into the Pirates' territory. Els is there to clear it out, though. Bob's putting on the pressure there. Renro gets a little pop up. See what his team can do here, but gets beat. Deck's there to put it back up. Renro there trying to put it back in. Just a little bit of a miss there. Deck playing the ball around. I don't know if it was a double commit there, but it sure did look like it. It's going to be a shot for Ren, but stopped by Shock. Destin there, 0 boost, trying to put the ball forward. Shock's there, but 0 boost too. Destin's there to put it back in. Shock trying to put it up, but Els is there to take a shot. Stopped by Deck. Shock's there to try and put it back in.
Here you see the Pirates just trying to build a little bit of pressure, a little something here, but it seems like they just don't quite have the boost, or they don't quite have the positioning figured out. And they're really struggling to keep the speed up while they have the ball on the Spartan side.
Oh, that's an open net miss by Els and Shock there. Maybe a little miscommunication, or maybe it was just the bounce, but looks like the Spartans are going to take game 1. Can the Pirates get a little bit of momentum starting going into game 2? Nope. Spartans take game 1, 3-1.
3-1 goes the way of the Spartans in game number 1, but you got to get 3 to win the series, and we've seen some stranger comebacks than from a 1-0 in the series. So now, with 1 game in the books, do you have any predictions on which way the series is going to go, Chickens?
From the first game, from what I can see, if the Pirates continue to play like this and don't open up to more boost options, I believe the Spartans might stop them there. And the Pirates might go down 0-1 in the beginning of the season.
Absolutely. I agree with you entirely. The Pirates have got to open up a few different passing lanes. They're going to have to pick up the speed a little. They're obviously going to have to add on a little more consistency. You saw right there at the end, they had an opportunity for a goal. They just couldn't quite put it on the net, and it was an open net. We start seeing some better positioning of the Pirates. They could easily come back.
That's what I can say, too. So we'll see come game 2. So heading up into there. I'm just going to wait for Mr. Ark to ready up. There we go. All right, here comes game 2.
Right, we try not to let that clock hit 0 or even less than 5. Otherwise, it tends to put that server in maintenance, and we have to remake it.
Yep.
So we try and ready up before that clock hits 0. Yeah, it's a pretty common occurrence.
Yeah, it happened for mine. All right, here comes game 2 of the Pirates versus Spartan series. And the Pirates come back and make it 1-1 in the series. We got a Deck with a strong kickoff. Els is there to take possession. Trying to pass it out to Destin. I don't know what was going on there. Renro put it up high on the backboard. Bob's there to put it down to his team, but just out of reach of Renro. Deck's there trying to take possession, get some movement for his team. Els is there to take it out. Destin putting it back up into Els, but Els is on his way back there. Renro popping it up center. Shock's there to block it. Renro putting the ball up. Trying to stay on it. Els there to make the save and clear. Deck's there to bring it back. Deck going for the double touch. That's close, but it's a good pass down for Bob to put it in for the Spartans to go up 1-0.
Nice little offensive sweep by Bob there. He can see that his teammate probably doesn't have the angle, and so he's able to just sweep that up and say, I got you, teammate. Nice pass. So again, within the first minute, we see the Spartans going up 1-0. Game 2.
I think it's mainly just that offensive pressure that the Spartans are having here. Pirates getting stuck in their own half a lot of the time. That's a double commit by the Spartans, though. Can the Pirates get some sort of momentum to try and put the ball away? It's maybe a little mishap, but Deck's there to take it out. That's in there, trying to cut off. That's a triple commit by the Pirates there. Bob putting it over onto the side for his teammate. Shock's there to boom it out. Els trying to take possession, passing it to the side. That's a shot. Stopped by Bob. Shockster putting it back in. Renro trying to clear it out. That's an open net for Bob there. Maybe just a little bit of overpressure from the Pirates there.
Well, you see the Pirates are trying to get something going here. They're just trying to put the ball and keep it on the Spartan side, trying to keep them from touching the ball. But you see they just cut off a passing lane, and then there's nobody between Bob and the goal.
That is true. It looks like all three Pirates got stuck in that top right corner over there. Bob coming out with another strong kickoff, and Els is there to push it back into their half. Bob putting it back over to center with Dex there to try and put it away, but Renro putting it back into his side. Dex trying to put a redirect on, but just barely out of his reach. Destin's there to clear it out, but Bob's there to cut it off, hopefully. Els trying to make a passing lane for his teammate. Els just a little outside of the open net. I don't know. There's just maybe a little bit of mishap there.
It's painful to watch whenever you see they've got the shot, they got an open spot on the net, and they just can't quite stick it in the net.
Another outside shot by Els. Renro's there to clear it out, but here comes Destin to put on a shot. Stopped by Bob, though. Els playing it into their corner. All three Pirates over on the left side there could be a little bit dangerous as Renro puts pressure back on. Bob and Renro up together, leaving Deck alone, but Dex is there to make a stop. That's an open net for Deck then if he can put it in. Up and over Els, and Renro shuts it in and make it 3-0 in game 2.
You see Deck, they're just kind of waiting for the ball to come down. He's got no boost. He's going to do his best to just pop it up, and it does exactly what he hoped it would do, and Renro was there to slam it home. Now the Spartans are up 3-0, just under halftime in game 2 here.
Just plowing through the kickoff there, putting it center for Shock. Shock puts it up above the crossbar. That's a miss by Bob, but Renro's there to put it high. Els taking it onto his own backboard, causing Renro and Deck to make a double commit. That's another open net for them if they can see there. Just outside the post by Renro there. But Deck's there to put the pressure back on. Destin with the save. Bob's there to put it back. Destin trying to put some forward pressure. That's a demo by Ron. I think that opened up Shockster's lane to shoot.
Yep, and it was a great pass set up here by Destin, was able to push it just off the corner. One of the team members, it was LS, got blown up on the Pirates, but it was already too late for the Spartans, and they were able to get themselves on the board. Less than 2 minutes left to go, and this is game number 2, and that's what we got to see from the Pirates. We have to see more of that pressure and more of that counterattacks from the Pirates if they have any hope of getting back in this game.
Most definitely. Els trying to put a pass out to Destin, just a little out front of him. Bob taking control here. Playing it up and around Els, but causing the ball to go back into the Spartans' half. Shock's putting the ball up, cleared out by Renro. 1v1 between Els, Renro, and Deck. Renro gets the bump. Shock's there to make the save. Bob putting it back into that side. Shock's there.
That was a real heads-up play by Shockster there. That was really impressive defensive play for him to have that kind of field awareness.
Most definitely. Shock trying to put the ball back up, trying to put some offensive pressure for the Pirates. Els popping it up into the Spartan side, but Bob's there to clear it out. Destin popping it back up into their corner. Renro getting it clear out, but Deck's there to make sure it goes past even more. Renro getting a little bit of passing lanes out. Bob's there for the shot, but Els is there to make sure the stop happen. Destin trying to clear it out. Els is going to take it forward for him. Els demos Renro, but gets cleared out by Bob. Excuse me. Shockster's left alone with 0 boost on his side. Deck keeping the ball up in the air. Well, somehow pinches out, but Bob's there. Bob sends it into his own half. I'm a little surprised about it. That's a pass out to Els. Els just barely misses. See, Renro trying to take the ball out. That's double commit by the Spartans. Can the Pirates concede here? Missed by Renro. And the Pirates bring it back 2-3 in the game with 8 seconds left.
There we go. At the end of the game, the Spartans have just a little bit of a misstep, and then Shockster able to find the goal. Scorer number 2. They got 8 seconds left. They need to find quick possession after this kickoff if they want to have any hope of going into overtime.
Let's see. Spartans playing it into the Pirates' half, which is what a play by Deck. What a pass by Deck to make it an easy goal for Renro.
Awesome flip reset here. You see, he gets the flip reset here, and then uses his other second jump to pass the ball right down the deck. And it's all a matter of formality for this last kickoff, as Spartans are going to take game number 2 against the Pirates.
Most definitely. And that's the end. Spartans go up 2-0 in the series against the Pirates. Do you think the Pirates have any chance of coming back here? Maybe the reverse sweep's going to happen?
It's a possibility. Anything's possible. We know that this game is highly unpredictable from a game-to-game basis. You know, I was really hoping the Pirates would build some momentum off of that, end of the game kind of goal, but then we see the flip reset pass down to Deck, who's able to score one more for the Spartans, which sort of just let all the air out of the balloon for the Pirates. But, maybe they're still holding on to something here so that they can get back in game 3, and it is possible for a reverse sweep. We're going to have to see just how much grit the Pirates have got inside them.
Most definitely. I think the Pirates need to open up more. As we said after game 1, we're seeing a bit of double commits before, and they're kind of just throwing themselves at the ball. So we'll see come game 3 if they can make the reverse sweep.
And as we said before, same story going into game 3 that we said for game 2. We've got to see some more aggression. We've got to see better positioning, less double commits. They're just going to have to find a way to clear the ball past this overpowering Spartans offense. Most
definitely. Spartans getting it hot and going straight into their territory. Renro trying to put a center up, going back to Deck. Deck makes a miss. Can Destin be there to close it out? Stopped by Bob, just luckily. But Els and Shock, I'm surprised we're right behind him. That's a little miss by Els. Deck's coming in hot. Renro's there. Renro, upper 90, shot off a little misplay by Destin there.
Here you see he just can't quite find the handle on the ball, and then Renro's right there to dunk it right over the top of him.
Oh, my bad. That was a little mishap by Shock, not Destin there. That's my bad.
So here we see, once again, within the first minute, the Spartans taking the first goal.
Shock getting a little tied up in the middle, but Renro there to try and put it back in. Deck going up for another touch, getting the flip reset, putting it down. Els is there to stop it. Bob with 0 boost, trying to put it into the Pirates' corner to keep the pressure going. Handing it off to Renro. Destin putting it up, but gets stopped by Deck. Going to Renro. Nobody's there, and Els misses the ball, but Bob's there to try and put it back in. Bob demos Shock's there. Destin up and over him. Bob's up to pass to Deck just outside. Bob with little to no boost, trying to put a hit on, but that's a good pass out by Destin. That's going to go in if they can't be stopped. Good stop by Deck there. Shock.
See the Spartans trying a couple of different demos right here, and it seems like they may be trying to get inside the head of the Pirates and then just put the squeeze on them even more. But that does not matter for LS. He says, that's okay, you demo us, we're still going to hold our position, we're going to do the right thing and throw the ball into the back of the net, tying it up.
It's a good pass by Destin, making an easy little slot for Els to pass into. Spartans powering through on that kickoff, putting it around Deck. Spartans looking a little bit more demo heavy in this game. So,
playing a lot like the Pittsburgh Knights in the RLCS, just real demo heavy here in game number 3.
Most definitely. Destin playing it up and over Renro. Deck's there to try and take control and give time for his teammates to get back. Destin putting it out for Els, and that's a shot, and Els converts it to make it 2-1 Pirates in game 3.
And for the first time in the series, we see the Pirates taking the lead in the game. Now here's the real question. Are they going to hold on to this momentum and start the comeback, or will the Spartans be able to slam the door shut on their hopes?
Spartans with these overpowered kickoffs. Shock's there to clear it out. Going for a double here. Opens it up, but Bob's there to clear it out for the Spartans. Destin putting it on to his corner. Clearing it out. Get the double touch around. Renro clearing it out. Shock's there. Shock going for the backboard touch, but Deck's there to clear it out. Els trying to get a little stop there. Deck popping it up and over. That's an open net. Shock there with an amazing save there. Bob coming in, putting it back in. That's up and over crossbar. Double commit by the Pirates. Deck trying to put some pressure on. Going it out to Bob. Remember, it's there to cut it off. Back pass. L with a slight miss on his backboard. Bob's there to put it up in there for Deck. Deck got the flip reset, but couldn't do much with it there. Renro gets passed around, but Destin trying to clear it out versus Bob. But Deck's there to put it back into his own half, apparently.
You can see the Spartans now are a little bit on their back foot. It seems like they just kind of got thrown off balance. They're not used to trailing the Pirates in this series, and for the first time they are. So they're kind of playing a new game here.
Most definitely. Els clearing it out the shot, putting it back to Els. Els popping it up, going for the bump on Renro, but Bob's there to make the stop. Ball gets played out. Deck's there to make a pass, hopefully, but Els backflips there to leave it to Shot. Deck there trying to take it off of him. Shot clearing it out. Bob there takes control. That's a shot for Els. Good stop by Bob there. Justin hitting it into the corner. That's going to be a great demo by Els there to open up the playing field for his team. That way he didn't put him into the 1v1 situation. To get past up, Destin there to cut it off quickly. Deck there heading up fast, putting the pass around for Renro. Destin's there on the backboard.
Nice
Destin
touch by
having
Bob.
a little bit of miscommunication, but a good 50 from Deck there to make sure the ball doesn't go in. Deck trying to keep that offensive pressure. Bob putting it up and over. Destin trying to clear it out soon, but Renro keeping the ball in. Deck coming in with the shot, just barely hit the crossbar. Renro putting it back. It's a clear out by Els. Can the Pirates concede here up an open net? Shot backflip in there. Double commit by Deck and Renro there. 30 seconds left. Can the Spartans make something happen here?
You can see that they're definitely pouring the pressure on, wanting to close the corner with 3 and out. But the Pirates are just not letting them keep control of this ball. There comes Deck again with a nice clear way into the Pirates, into the field.
Bob with the shot. Deck trying to put some pressure on. Renro taking control in the corner, but Els is there to clear it out. Deck trying to put some offensive pressure. That's a middle pass there. That's a pass out from the Pirates there. The Pirates.
Nice shot there by Bob, but you know, it just got blocked out. The Pirates are going to win their first game in this series, bringing the total 2-1 in favor of the Spartans.
Yeah, it's all right. Pirates finally looking like they're gaining some momentum here to finally put the Spartans on their heels. We'll see if they can keep it up for Game 4 and possibly maybe have a reverse sweep here in the first game of this, in the last game of tonight.
No, I agree. We started to see a little bit of a spark coming out from the Pirates here. Something after the first minute or so of this game, the Pirates lit up. They took the lead. They did not give it back, and the Spartans just trailed the last 2 or 3 minutes of this game. So we're going to have to see if this momentum is going to shift over to Game 4. But server did go down for maintenance. So we will see if this momentum is going to shift over into Game 4, or if the Spartans are going to find their old play style and slam the Pirates. And that was going to be a dad joke. Send the Pirates away on their ship. All right, so the server went down for maintenance. We're joining a new match here. Huh.
I'm loading in still, so. All right. Coming into Game 4 of the Pirates versus the Spartans match. Here we go, starting it off soon.
You always see the Pirates coming in off a win. You know that they're confident.
Els going straight. Kickoff into there. That's a straight kickoff off by Els. I don't know how.
It was just a delayed kickoff. He stops, turns, and is able to throw it straight into the goal. Just bounces right off of Deck.
Pirates go up 1-0 in the fourth game. Maybe they're starting their reverse sweep comeback.
Ah, now the Spartans trying something there. A little bit of a fake with a follow.
Bob cutting Destin off there, but Destin continuing on to the ball there. Shock going up, putting a shot on, but Renra's there to make a stop there. They're getting a little miss. Bob putting it back center. Shock's there to put a shot on just out in front of Renra. Destin there, but Renra's there to try and take control. Destin cutting him off there. Little mishap here. L's putting
double
it in,
tap by
the Pirates go up
Wow.
2-0 with 35 seconds into the next game.
You know, we're starting to see a lot more speed here in Game 4, especially whenever that first goal was scored by the Pirates here. And now we're seeing the ball moving a lot quicker here in Game 4. L's there with a nice double tap, and the Pirates go up 2-0, and we still have 4.5 minutes left.
Very true. Pirates putting some forward momentum in. Shock's there trying to put the ball back in. L's trying to put a shot. Stopped by Bob. Destin putting it back center. L's putting a little light tap in, but Dex there to make a stop. Shock's there with the miss. Renner there with a good 50 and a half, and the Spartans get their first goal of Game 4.
But now you know the Spartans are taking that sigh of relief, saying, okay, yeah, we can score against them again. We don't know what happened. And I agree. Here in the chat, Odd Hunt says Spartans got to mentally reset, and I agree with him entirely. The Spartans got to mentally reset, regain their focus, and just play their game.
That's very true. Shock getting beat by Bob there, but L's there to cut it off and put the pressure back into the Spartan side. Deck there, clearing it out. Shock's there, putting a little light tap over to Destin. Renra there, gonna try and clear it out. Destin's there to make the stop. Deck taking control, flipping it up over Shock. Passing it over to Bob. Bob trying to go for the double touch here. Very slightly putting it back down for Renra. That's a good bump by Deck. Oh, Renra can't put it on target. I don't know why I made that noise.
Sometimes it helps to make noises and also flip your entire body.
Yeah, I
actually
kind of
makes you
tilted
play
my whole body with it. Renner putting a shot on, but stopped by L's. Destin there to clear it out. What is this spam in the Twitch chat from you all?
It's Spam O to help Renro.
Apparently.
We got some fans of Renro here in the chat.
Yeah, going up for to finish it off there. Playing just above. That's an open neck. And Bob finishes. Yes, he can. And tie it up in Game 4.
We've got ourselves a game here, chickens. Look at this. 3 minutes left, and the Spartans decide to tie it up after the Pirates came out with 2 unanswered goals, and now the Spartans have put in 2 of their own.
Very true. Coming from this, do you think the Pirates are still going to be able to make that reverse sweep? That's a miss by...
Well, you know, we're still seeing a lot of pressure coming from the Pirates. So, you know, the Spartans are still playing their game. They're starting to come back a little bit, but the Pirates are still trying to be aggressive. You can see it in the way that they're moving now.
Very true, but the Spartans are trying to put some pressure on their own. L's playing it out. Bob's there to make the stop, putting it back into his own corner. Shock's there, trying to put it back center. A little touch up over Deck. L's there with the finish to make it 3-2 in Game 4, and we have a game on ourselves, ladies and gentlemen.
And here in the chat, we've got M Karma spam these socks to help our Shocks. We've got some great fans, don't we?
Yes, we do. Renner there, playing it down. That's going to be an open shot for Shocks with Bob's there to make a fantastic stop. Trying to keep on it, but Destin's there to make a stop. L's putting a shot on. Renner there, taking control. Destin's there, bumping him out. That's a shot by Bob, stopped by Shocks there on the side. Bob trying to keep the pressure on, but Deck puts it out. Deck playing at center for Renro. Gets cut off by Shock. Right above crossbar for Destin. Destin makes it 4-2 in this Game 4. Pirates looking really good right now for their reverse
Two
sweep.
more unanswered goals from the Pirates, and the Spartans have 2 minutes to catch up. That is plenty of time to do so, but they're going to have to execute on their offense in order to do so. I see this game being a shootout.
Yes, definitely. That's what I can see from here, too. It's whoever can put the pressure on the other first and the most, from what I can see.
Or whoever blocks the kickoff.
Yeah, that's true. Deck trying to take it out on his own, but just gets stopped by L's. Renra putting the ball out, continuing on for a second touch, but misses. Deck and Bob there get a little slight touch for each other. L's there trying to put the ball back in, but Bob's there to clear it out to Dak. Dak pops the ball high. Destin's there. Gets bumped. That's an open net for Bob. Can he put it in? Yes, he can. L's just not quick enough there.
It was an excellent play here. You see, he goes up, he gets the bump high above the goal, leaves LS trailing, trying to get that ball cleared across, but he just doesn't get there in time. And now the Spartans are within striking distance of tying the game yet again with less than a minute and a half to go here in Game 4.
Very true. Destin trying to put some shots on. Putting the ball on net. Shock, putting it back into their half with Dex there to cut it off. Bob puts a shot on, but stopped by Els. Els can be put a little bit out of position, but just barely lining it up. Bob trying to put it up, going for the double tap here. Just barely misses. Els going up for the ball here. Renner putting a shot on, just barely above. And Spartans all in the one corner right there, going for a bump on Els. Bob there to make the stop. Renner trying to keep pressure in, playing it around him, putting the ball out. Dak gets a little tap over them, and Spartans tie it up to make it 4-4 in Game 4.
It looks like the Pirates were just about out of boost right here. Just barely out of position, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe they just got caught off balance here, but the Spartans do tie it here late in the game. 40 seconds left. Will somebody score, or will we go to overtime here in Game 4?
Dak putting the ball out. Bob trying to put the ball down center. Stopped by Shock there. Dak putting it back out, but Els is there to try and clear it out. Redmer making a stop there. Des is there to clear it out. But I can see it's a 2-on-1 here. Bob left in the goal, but all the Spartans coming back fast. Destin popping it up to Shocks. Shocks trying to put it center, but Deck is there to make a stop. Els putting a shot on, but stopped by Deck. Bob putting the ball outside the Spartans. Just a bit around him. Deck putting the ball center for his team. Els is there to put it down and go into overtime of Game 4.
This is exciting stuff, and now if the Spartans win this next goal, then they will take the series in a 3-1 win over the Pirates. If the Pirates win, we will go to a Game 5.
It is true. Bob trying to put it center, makes the one team miss. That's a pinch and a half from the Pirates. Shock's there to put it on, and the Pirates get the finish. Make it 5-4 and win Game 4, and we go to Game 5, ladies and gentlemen.
What a pinch from Shockster there, and then he gets up to follow it down for a nice shot. Perfectly placed. Here we see the Pirates just coming out in the end. They got aggressive here in overtime real quick and take Game 4. Now we're looking at a Game 5. The series tied 2-2. That reverse sweep is looking a little more realistic the further we get into this series.
Yeah, it is. Pirates and Spartans here, both looking mighty strong. I think the Pirates have the Spartans a bit on their heels right now, as you can see from the shots. Both teams have a lot of shots on each other's nets, and both teams have pretty good saves. Plus a lot of pressure coming out from both teams. So coming Game 5, we'll see who has the most pressure and who can be more sturdy on defense.
And it seems like the momentum is not mattering so much from goal to goal anymore. We see both teams just back and forth. And it's never one goal at a time. It's 2 goals at a time.
Most definitely. We'll see who's here to win and who's going to sadly go home with an L. So we'll see who's come out to play in Game 5 here. It's going to be a shootout here. Bob with a big play over to Destin. Renro putting it back up quickly over there. L's playing it out to Dag. That's a good touch there by Destin. L's putting the center, but Bob's there to clear out. Bob continuing onto that, but stopped by Dexton. Dex there to boom that ball out. Bob puts a shot on. L's and Deck there, double commit. Another missed touch by L's, but just luckily puts Bob a little out of position there. Renner putting it up high. L's clearing that out to Shock, and Dex there trying to put a stop on it, but doesn't get to it in time. Bob trying to clear it out. Dex is there to cut it off. Destin going for a little double touch, a little bit over L's head there, but Shock's there to make a stop. Bob clearing it out, going for another touch there.
He didn't really have the boost to do much with it after he had that banger. He had 1 boost left. I'm not really sure if he was planning to use that one boost right at the end, but he wasn't able to find the touch there.
Els playing the ball out just under deck there. The runner's there to make a stop. Destin playing the ball back in. Bob's there to make another stop. Els putting the center for his team. Shot played just above. Runner's going to take his time here, but Els is going to quickly challenge him. That's an open shot for the Spartans, and Deck's there to take the shot and put it in to make the Spartans up 1-0.
Nice little team play here by the Spartans here. Just 1-2-1 right off the wall. And they're able to throw the first goal in. It took a bit more time now. 3.5 minutes just about, instead of scoring within the first minute.
Very true. Spartans here looking pretty strong coming into game 5. Els sitting back in his net for some reason, playing the ball out to Shock. Shock puts a shot on. Maybe could have passed it back to Els there. Dex there trying to put some pressure on. Destin going for the double touch. Trying to play to Renro. Renro gets the stop and puts it onto the Pirates back. Bob, a little backwards there, but Destin's there to make a little stop. Deck there with a nice touch. Bumping Els out of the way. Bob pops it up high into his own corner there. Deck there to take control, but Destin's there to stop him. Deck puts a little demo on Els. Shock there, putting it above, but Els sadly got demoed in his back out, so couldn't be there. Destin keeping the pressure there. Playing it out. Bob with the miss there. Luckily, no Pirates were there to make a stop. Shock playing back to Els. Els flicking over one. Good demo by Els there to release some pressure. Shock's there to try and clear it out. Bob there clearing the ball out. Els there to make a stop, and Deck pops it high for his teammate. Good backboard read by Destin there. Els clearing the ball out far. Bob puts it over to his teammate Deck over there. Deck with a little bit of a miss. Bob clears it out over into the Pirate side. Little maybe missed touch by Shock there, and the Spartans here coming in with another shot to make it 2-0 in game 5.
As we know, these two teams don't like to score one at a time. All we see is the score in pairs. Now the only question is, can the Pirates respond with a pair of their own goals here in game 5?
We have 2 minutes left. Let's see. That should be enough time still. Spartans putting the ball deep into the Pirate zone on the kickoff. Els going up with the miss, but the Spartans collide there. Putting it up on the backboard. Should be a finish. Little bit of good save by Renro there. I thought the ball was going to bounce back in. Els there to take control. No Pirates were there to help him out.
Yeah, had we seen 1 or 2 more Pirates there to help out, that was almost certainly going to be a point on the board for the Pirates.
Most definitely. Els, just a little bit of a miss there. Destin trying to keep it up. Deck there with the big clear out. I think that's going to be in with a good save by Els. That's a good turn by Destin there, demoing him. Deck going and demoing Dustin there.
Pretty much instant karma right there. You demo one, you get demoed, and the ball changes hands immediately.
Pretty much. Destin trying to keep some pressure on, but Bob's there taking control. Up and over Deck, Renro's there to take control. Destin trying to put a demo on, but Renro just gets out of his grasp. Renro putting the ball out wide. Shot just barely with a miss, but Destin's there to clear it up. Bob cutting it off quick and putting it back into the Pirate side. That's a good shot on by Renro, but just barely, just a little wide. Dustin putting it up and over Bob, going for a demo on Deck. Deck's putting it wide. That's a shot from Els coming in. Just Renro with a good save to keep his team up, still up 2-1. It's a good clear out by Deck there. Deck trying to keep the ball in, just to waste time there. Smart move by him. Bob keeping it in the Pirate side, up and over 2. Shock trying to take it out. Destin,
you're right, the Spartans. I think you're right here. The Spartans are just trying to waste a little time. They're trying to just kind of float the ball around, keep possession, not let the Pirates have much control, always being up in their face. It seems to have worked here. We've got 3 seconds left, and the Spartans
and that'll be it.
Are going to take
win game 5 and shut the Pirates out of their reverse sweep, sadly. That's good playing by the Spartans. So I'm glad to see that they came to win and that they came to take the W.
Well played by the Pirates. again, taking it all the way to a Game 5 after losing their first 2 games in the series, winning Game 3 and Game 4, and then the Spartans coming out dominating Game 1 and Game number 2, and then just seeing a very well-balanced match here in 3, back and forth, but seeing the Spartans ultimately winning the series.
Most definitely. It was good playing by the Spartans to come up into the game. Coming into Game 5, they came out hot. Pirates, I think, were a little laid back coming into Game 5, hoping to play a little bit slower, but the Spartans came right out the gate and were coming in hard.
So if you've got an MVP to name for this series, who would it be?
For this series, I'd have to say going on to this, I'd have to say probably be Deck. Deck was there. He was making phenomenal passes out to his team, but also staying there defensively. Bob was also there making good clears. So I'd have to say Deck would be the MVP of this one from what I can see.